Well, South Africa's President Jacob Zuma is feeling the heat after his change of finance ministers plunged the country's credit rating to junk. Now, the country's largest trade union and ally to the ruling African National Congress, Cosatu, says Zuma must step down. The trade union says it no longer believes in Zuma's ability to lead the party of the country and that it would call for the alliance with the ANC to be restructured. Now, South Africa's Communist Party, another long-time ally of the ANC, also demanded on Friday that Zuma step down. On Tuesday, South Africa's main opposition party called for Parliament to return from recess to debate the crisis triggered by Zuma's cabinet reshuffle. Now, for more insight into the political situation in South Africa, I'm joined via Skype live from Johannesburg by Miyelani Mkhabela, who is an analyst and managing director for the Antswisa Management Group. Welcome to Africa 54. And first, here we have seen Mr. Zuma with many kind of crises before. Is it any different this time, Miyelani?
The cabinet reshuffle this time is different because it's looked and defined differently by different candidates within the movement, in the alliance, and the general public at large. So when you remember March last year, when we have a roadshow with all rating agencies, there was an agreement that we will adhere to the reforms or the economic reforms that South Africa needs to implement in the protections of the investors' interest domestically and institutional investors' interest. So when after a year you find the president recalling the finance minister and the deputy minister, who both these candidates were doing the roadshow, it gives a lot of questions to the global community and institutional investors globally. Hence, you find S&P, a leading rating agency with around a market index of 500 large corporates listed at the New York Stock Exchange, downgrading South Africa to junk.
Now,
precisely because.
Now, the question is, how significant is the call by Cosatu and also the other party, the alliance within the ANC, calling for Mr. Zuma to resign?
That is a general view that has been developed recently, and people are starting to see. From today morning, we start to hear even people who were very strong in the position that Zuma must remain in his position, because some they were saying the rating agencies didn't elect the ANC and the president. So it's the people who have elected the ANC and the president. But those kind of messages are just coming from the circle of the president and the circles of the ANC. But generally, when you look on listed companies, when you look on the stock exchange, the views of business, mainly like your Business Leadership South Africa and Business Unity South Africa, it will be of those views that the president needs to step down, and for us to work out again to be out of the junk status. It is a very good decision because the president has been making mistakes that impacts the country's growth. We are growing at below 1%. We are having a 0.3% growth, which is 0.3% close to contraction. That is an impact and a critical issue for a country like South Africa.
Miyelani, we'll continue this conversation another time. Thank you very much for your insight.
Thanks very much, and the viewers.
All right. That's Miyelani Mkhabela, who is an analyst and managing director of the Antswisa Management Group in South Africa.